Good morning. We are back here at the Essence Film Festival. We're so proud to be here for the 30th anniversary and to meet some of our very favorite filmmakers, including Ms. Okema T. Moore.
Hi, guys.
She's kind of an alumni, but we're not sure if you're going to see this episode first or listen to our Soul Canvas episode, which will be coming out too. But we're going to ask some of the same questions and also some new questions.
I'm not an alumni till I'm on a season.
Oh, you got it. Okay, season 6. You heard that, Tasha? Yes. Okay, we got the promise for you for season 6. Welcome to Sista Brunch again, Okema T. Moore.
Thank you. I want to tell the people, so I manifested this last year. I was here at Essence last year acting in a short, Letitia Guillory and Kevon's Letla, and I saw everybody getting their Sista Brunch interviews, and I was like, I'm gonna do that show. And guess what, y'all? I'm doing the show.
I mean, can you imagine? This woman has had an incredible year. So let's talk a little bit about, where do we begin? Should we start? Well, let's go back a little bit and talk about Sesame Street, because I feel like we can't have an interview with you without talking about Sesame Street.
Yes, no, I was a Sesame Seed. That's what they called us. And from 84 to 85, I was 6. I was 6. And it was great. I had a young mom who was trying to just figure it out. As a young mom, I had just come over from Guyana because I was there with my father. And I was spending a lot of time with my grandparents, but they were older but still working. And so they needed stuff to do with me. And so my mother put me in everything: tap, jazz, ballet, dance, acting, singing. Like, I did all the things. And so doing that is how I got recruited for Sesame Street. But I was really, really tiny, and at first I was supposed to be in Big Bird's Flap Gang, but his costume was ginormous and I was scared of it. So they made me a Grouch-Keteer instead.
I love it. What do you do when you're a Grouch-Keteer?
Well, you get the trash can on your head and you get the little dirt smudges.
Yes.
And we listen to Oscar. We counted. Because I sing, I also sang. I'm one of the voices in the whole "the same voice, the same song."
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to listen for that. I love it. Let's talk about the year you've had, because even since we saw you at Soul Canvas, everything has just exploded for you. And the most, I hope that's a negative, right?
No.
It's so beautiful to see everything that's happened for you. So should we talk about Chocolate with Sprinkles? Should we start there? Yes.
So Chocolate with Sprinkles was shot last year, written and directed by the incredible Haria Muhammad, who's on your season 5.
Yes, she is.
And produced by myself and Yamoria Wright, who's on your season 5.
Season 5, yeah, which is why now I realize you should have been on season 5.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna be where I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
But Chocolate, and our other producer Cole Sanchez, who's amazing, who is a primarily music video director out in LA. And so we had a great team. We shot last year for AFI's DWW program. Haria was a fellow. It was their 50th anniversary year, so we're so excited to have been a part of that big deal. And we just got back from ABFF. We won the short film competition.
They won. Do you know how hard that? So that means you get a screening on HBO.
So the terms and conditions have changed a bit because mergers. And post-strike, but what that does mean is that we are now Oscar qualified.
Yes.
So we are now seeking a PR house to help us that we can afford to get a for-year consideration campaign up, because we have till August 15th to submit all of our paperwork to try to get on the short list.
Amazing. Okay, so in addition to winning ABFF,
we are screening here at Essence. Well, we screened yesterday, July 5th at Essence. And it was so well received. And our youngest cast member, Lillian Gilbert, was here. She plays Yazzie. It was her first time seeing it, and she was with her little sisters, her mom and her grandma. And so it was so awesome, but it was so cute because her little sisters kept looking at the screen and looking at her, and looking at the screen and looking at her. I was like,
we're planting those early filmmaker seeds. Yes. I love it so much. Okay, so also, didn't you have like a TV show premiere while you were here at Essence?
So last night was the premiere of Down in the Valley for Stars. our executive producer and host, Nico Anand. You know him as Uncle Clifford on P-Valley. She is a mess. But Nico is, unlike Uncle Clifford, Nico is a gay man. Pronouns he, him. Uncle Clifford, we know, are she, they. Because that's important.
Yes,
but Nico,
yes,
I was blessed to work with 0.0, and they brought me in last January to build the show with Nico, and it was good. We have an amazing showrunner, Shoshana Guy. You might know her name from 1619
Yes.
and High on the Hog season 1.
Yes.
She's our showrunner.
Oh my goodness.
And our director is Jaime Acefo. She's amazing.
Okay.
And Patrick Altema. And then it was myself as a producer. Well, I produced, I helped develop, and then I produced in studio, in the field. I field produced, and then I story produced my field episodes, and I also wrote some of the VO. Because when you first season, they don't give you a whole lot of money. So all hands on deck. Fortunately, because I've worked in all of those different places and spaces on other projects, I was trusted enough to story produce my own field episodes, work on other people's episodes. So I kind of worked and touched across the whole season, but
I love it.
You know,
so it's one of those, like, watch the whole season, and as you're watching, just be like, I heard an interview with Okema T. Moore. I mean, that's what I love.
Well, I'm not on camera. I am completely behind the scenes.
No. So most importantly, we love our on-camera folks, but we're really focused on the folks that are making things happen, whose names you should know and you don't always know. So we're planting those seeds right now.
Speaking of planting seeds, I want people to know, especially if you're in that position, like because I touched all those pieces, unfortunately, I was not able to take series producer credit, which is fine.
Okay, because let's talk about that.
Because that would have also meant that I would have been writing on all of the episodes, and we had several producers, and everybody needed to have their moments, right? Mm-hmm. So even though I helped build it from the beginning, I am one cog in that very big wheel. And so
an important one.
All of those pieces now make me know that the next time I do something at that scale, I'm going to go in for co-EP, because my intention is to showrun and direct in unscripted.
We hear this. We're putting this out into the universe. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I finished the Showrunners Academy in 2023 with C5 Entertainment, and because of that, I got my great writing mentor, Rodney Barnes, who's a vet in the business, and he kindly gives me 20 minutes of his time every other month.
Yes.
Which is a blessing. But yeah, no, it's just
a blessing,
really
and people believe in Miss Okema T. Moore. Like, that's the thing, is that we are so excited to have you on, just like we're building this archive that is Sista Brunch, so that each season we go back and we look at who's been on the previous season. We look at everything they've done since they were on the show. Even we pat ourselves on the back just the tiniest bit that we're part of that success.
To do all the big patting, because Sista Brunch is a very crucial space in our ecosystem. Like,
thank you.
When you think about like a marine ecosystem, you can't function without the coral. All the coral is there, is pretty, but it serves so many purposes. Things eat off of it, they live in it, they inhabit it. So like, you literally give us that biology to be able to, in this ecosystem, continue to get visibility, get, cachet. All of that stuff matters.
That's our goal. That is beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so this is supposed to be 10 minutes. I knew it was not going to. No, don't be sorry. Okay, so financials. We're gonna talk two kind of more technical things. Okay. Starting with financials, not just personally how you survive, but more importantly for this, on projects. So Chocolate with Sprinkles, as an example, what was the fundraising process like? Were you involved in that? And then if you're open to speaking or sharing actual specifics around, like, what did the film cost? How much did you fundraise?
So with the DWW project, it's very stringent. We have a 40K cap.
Okay.
And we have to raise the money before we can go into production.
Yes.
And then they meet it out to us as we give them invoices and needs for the money. So this is Chocolate with Sprinkles was very stringent and very specific. And for those thinking, 40K is a lot of money. Yes, if your mama is crafty. 40K is not a lot of money when you have to do parking and actor. Like, we have Reno Wilson as one of our actors who's amazing. Like, these people are not cheap. Yes. And we really had to kind of get very creative. We shot in a functional donut shop.
Wow.
They were nice enough to amend their hours a little bit for us, but basically we were working overnights because they closed at like 2. So we would start our day once they closed, but they still had to bake in the late nights for the morning. So literally they're in the donut shop shooting, but like donuts are being made. All you smell is the sweet chocolate. Like literally, Umoria always says when she watches the film, she still can smell
that.
the donuts
Ooh,
and
yes.
feel the heat from the oven.
Wow.
So, you know, Chocolate with Sprinkles was very specific.
Yeah.
But normally, like, I have a project that I'm doing a stage reading for here tomorrow called Purses and Floors. It's a short film that I'm doing as a proof of concept for a series that I'm writing. And so it's very specific, you know, there's animation, she breaks the fourth wall, it's queer centric,
Yes.
and identity, you know, it's identity fluid. So it's a lot of like touch points. But this short, because of the animation and everything else, is not going to be a cheap one necessarily. So I need to raise funds for that. Fortunately, I've been kind of prepping for it. So like, people are interested in it. It playing here has been really, really helpful.
Yes.
I also did Harlem Film House's boss pitch session. So Seed and Spark has agreed to support me if I do a fundraising campaign. But that is so hard. I will say I love that more and more people are talking about using Seed and Spark, because I think they're so supportive to the filmmakers.
It's a woman owned, right? And Emily Best is
amazing.
She's amazing. So I'm so glad to hear more people are using it. You usually hear Indiegogo or Kickstarter.
Seed and Spark is awesome because
and you
they
get
also
distribution.
Right. Well,
Yes.
the thing with Seed and Spark is they also have they have a formula, right? Seed and Spark is very formulaic, especially for film and TV, right? And so they have provided me with like all these resources to look at and look up. They give me a lot of marketing tips on how to do it. Because I'm doing all these different things with the film, with the script, I can now like incorporate that into like my videos and like really push it so people can be like, hey. But I am looking for an EP to help me push it along.
I love some EPs.
Umoria is on as a producer.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
I want her, you know, I was the lead producer on, but we all produced. But I want her to sit in that seat and have the agency of like doing all the things, because she's incredible at all of the things.
Incredible, yes.
She's such an executive, and like she's such an executive.
Yeah.
And so I want her to sit in that seat because I wrote it, but I'm also going to direct it. I'm the lead in it. So I need somebody else to do all the other stuff. But yeah, fundraising is important, but also being creative. Like I just produced a campy horror short with Eunice this last year called Affordable Housing. And so it's
Eunice
wild.
was on. You
Season
listened
4.
to Well, so she wasn't season 4, but she was Essence last year.
2023.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bonus episode.
Eunice was why I manifested this whole thing right now.
I love it. We love Eunice. Yes.
So I produced that with her, and so we got grants for it about house, because it's about housing and affordable housing and housing discrimination. And so we went and got a bunch of grants about housing. We also got grants for Black women in genre.
Wait, did you two meet here at Essence last year? You knew each other.
So I met Eunice from her best friend Sasha when we were in high school. So I've known Eunice over 30 years.
Okay. What's beautiful about being at Essence is it's like one big reunion. And you know, the first few days first day can be rough because it's only 2 to 3 days, but it can be rough. And then little by little, you just remember that you are here with people who want to love you up. Okay, we got to wrap this up. Okay, last thing. You do so many things. You do unscripted, you do scripted, you do branded.
We won I just want to get this out there. I won a Silver Telly Award this year for my MasterCard promotion, my MasterCard series.
Okay.
Which was awesome.
This is all, send us B-roll, because this is going to be one of those interviews that we're going to do B-roll tomorrow for her reading. Last question we have a segment called Let's Talk Tech now. And so we want one piece of terminology, a concept, something like that, where just anybody who's not in film and TV doesn't know that particular concept or word or, you know, terminology that you would like to share.
So I'm going to break the rules a little bit.
Okay, you can. I'm not surprised at all. You like, yeah,
I know it's tech and terminology, but I think the thing that we do not talk enough about in this business is actually not a tech term, but it is a term called soft skills.
Beautiful.
And soft skills are not focused on enough in this business, because a lot of times you have to know how to speak to people. You have to know how to communicate in a group where you are not the only person that the focus is on. You have to know how to move through spaces and places. So those soft skills of kindness, of being thoughtful, of being intentional, of also being, I don't believe in the word humble because that feels very downplaying for me and dimming, but having humility versus hubris in a space. So my tech talk is the untech word of soft skills. They're important.
I love it. And you are the embodiment of the role model for all the soft skills. We are so pleased to be able to give you this swag bag. Yes, it is.
Child, I was like, this is so cute. I want to buy some Sista Brunch swag.
Yes, this is exclusive. You can't even buy it. These are all Black-owned companies in here. Please wear it with pride and wear everything that's in here with pride. We are so proud to know you. We can't wait to look back on this interview and say, remember, this is where she was at the time. Have a wonderful reading while you're here at Essence. We will be there to support you. Thank you, Okema T. Moore.
Thank you so much, Fanshen. And thank you, Sista Brunch Podcast, just for your existence and for just giving us agency, holding space for us. And even the times when maybe you need to like give us a little shoulder tap, like, hey girl, get it together. We want it all because you guys are such a good place for us and space for us. So thank you. Thank you, Fanshen.
Thank you.
Hey guys, this is Okema T. Moore, actor, director, producer, writer. And we are here at the Essence 2024 30th Anniversary Fest with Sista Brunch Podcast. Listen in or lose out.